So it's August 29th, 2023. This is Darci's Corner. And I don't know, I guess I'm just reflecting on life circumstances. I'm going to go see the doctor here in a few minutes. And it's a requirement for me to get my Class 4 license so I can maybe get another job. But it's maybe. I'll definitely see the doctor. Will I get the job? Maybe. Will it pay my bills? Maybe. I do kind of like my look now. Like my hair is tied back, and I put on makeup so that my 5 o'clock shadow is not obvious. I can't do anything about my build or my voice. And I don't know. I mean, how feminine this particular face is versus what it was before. But it is what it is. I gotta work with what I got. There's these peach rock stars that are not, they were come up for the summer. They are absolutely amazing. I'm reflecting on ADHD and how it affects the world and the people around us, and how people around us also have ADHD, and you don't always know that until you spend a little bit of time with them. That homeless person was just here, like, not 5 minutes ago, and I don't know if they just wanted to visit. A little bit they wanted to visit, but mostly they wanted some weed, and mostly they wanted, well, they took some food. I don't know if they really wanted the food or not. They might have just been being polite. I'm like, well, I'm making myself this for a snack, and so if you would like to have some of this, you may. And so she took some, and that was fine. I'm a big believer in sharing. And if I have some, and if I can share what I have with you so that you have some too, well, then I should do that. My grandparents taught me that. And my parents taught me that. I don't think sharing is a unique value or skill that I have that other people don't. Sometimes in today's world, people like to forget about sharing. They just think me, 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 and I don't have enough for myself. No, I don't have enough for myself. I don't really have enough food. I don't really have enough beverages or money to replace the things I need. And yet I'm getting by. And so, if I can share a meal with you, I will. Anyway, as she's sitting here and she's visiting and she's talking, and I'm just watching the hamster wheel go around as she goes from this subject to that subject, and this is wrong and that is wrong and this person was wrong because, and then she's telling me about how her great grandfather was from Germany and was mean to her grandfather, and then therefore her grandfather was a hard man, and then, but she didn't know he was her grandfather. She thought he was her dad, and then later she figured it out. And I'm just listening to the story come out, and like the whole thing, I just told you in 30 seconds what she spent the last, I don't know, 30 minutes telling me. It's fine, you know. But whenever I'm around her, even in other environments, like her brain, the mouth gets going, and the brain is going, and it all just comes out. And it's an ADHD thing. And then I'm watching Anne with an E on Netflix, which is Anne of Green Gables. And I never watched that in my youth. I never read the books. It was never part of our school curriculum or anything. And I remember at the time, like as a youth and as a kid, people being really excited about it and thinking that Anne of Green Gables was this marvelous thing. And at that time, I didn't know I was a girl. And so I was a boy going, this is dumb. Like for me, there's nothing here for me that's interesting to watch or triggers anything. So now that I'm an adult, but also that I've switched teams, I'm like, well, maybe I should give that another chance. I might appreciate it differently. And I do appreciate it differently. Now I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, okay. Little orphan girl has ADHD, has all these problems fitting in, has a spectacular mind, but it takes a certain person to recognize that mind and appreciate its value. And she had difficulty in the beginning finding those people. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, now this makes sense why people like this, and this also makes sense why this appealed to the girls that were around me at the time, and when I was younger. Like, oh, she was a modern woman who wanted independence and had a brain and wouldn't apologize for being smart. I love this person. There's nothing wrong with that. I just find it interesting that I now can see the ADHD in others around me and go, oh, there's a reason why you're doing that. It's interesting that the chemical solution for ADHD is a derivative of meth, and yet so many of these people have substance abuse problems. Like, oh, should we legally give them meth? Maybe not. But it does, if you use your medication, appropriately, it does help you focus. I've always, like, since I've been on my bifenton, which I only take when I'm working. So I haven't taken it for like 4 months, and I've been fine. Except that my ADHD sometimes runs away with me, and I get chatty or have difficulty focusing. And I'm aware of that. But it is, so many of these things that we think are new, they're not new. It's just that dealing with them is new, and recognizing them in our daily lives is new. Dealing with the trans condition is new. I'm watching the Anne of Green Gables thing, and it was filmed in like 2017 or something, so it's not that old, this retelling of it, but obviously it's an old, it's set in the, what, 1800s or something? Anyway, they didn't have running water or electricity. And the one girl was talking about, my aunt came to live with me because her companion just died. I thought, that's a strange way to phrase that for the time period. And she's like, well, yeah, her and her best friend lived together forever and never got married, never had any kids, and they just loved each other more than anything in the world. And I thought, oh, her aunt's a lesbian. That's how they would have expressed that back then, without expressing it. Like, that's wonderful that in the 2020 something version of Anne of Green Gables, they are recognizing the fact that queer people have always existed, even in those times. And we've always had trouble fitting in. But sometimes we find our person and then we're okay. Everything in life gets better when you have your person, or persons if you happen to be in a multi-person situation. I do still hold out hope that one day, hopefully in the not too distant future, I will find my person again. I miss having my person. Anyway, this is Darci's Corner, just reflecting on ADHD and how it affects so many of us. And as always, I'm just very lonely and missing the days when I used to have a person. Peace.